This morning, we are going in depth on Denver ballot issue 2R. It would raise the local sales tax 5 cents for every $10 to go towards affordable housing programs here in Denver.
Yeah, this is one of 2 proposed sales taxes on Denver ballots. The other one would go toward funding Denver Health. But as we take a look at this analysis from the Common Sense Institute on what you're already paying in terms of sales tax in Denver, you've got the state sales tax on the bottom there, the base Denver tax, RTD, and then other different taxes amounting to 8.81%. If both of these new sales taxes are approved, then Denver's tax rate would jump to nearly 10%, the highest in the region.
Denver Mayor Mike Johnston is joining us live. You are supporting this measure. And for folks who come to you and say, it's just already too expensive, I can't afford another sales tax hike, what would you say to them?
Yeah, what we say and what I hear from people overwhelmingly is that the single most expensive thing in Denver right now is the rent. The thing that are driving people out of the city is that people are paying $3,000 a month for rent. You have teachers or nurses or firefighters who say they can't afford to live in the city anymore. So that is the biggest challenge we face. And actually 90% of Denverites have said their biggest concern is the cost of housing. And so important thing about the sales tax to know is we are still among the lowest quartile of the top 40 cities in total tax burden. And importantly, this does not apply to gas, does not apply to groceries, does not apply to medicine. So all the core needs you have in your weekly shopping are not covered by this sales tax. What it would mean is about $2 a week, for a family across the city. When you compare it to what we're going to do is bring on 45,000 more units of affordable housing. And what these affordable housing units mean is they're really workforce housing. It's for folks that are teachers, nurses, firefighters, working folks, retail workers. But it would mean they don't have to pay more than 30% of what they make to rent. And so that means if you're making $60,000 a year, you should be paying $1,500 a month in rent. Most people are paying $2,500. So what we see is those families most affected, their rent could drop up to $1,000 a month. So a $2 a week sales tax for a $1,000 a week cut in the most expensive bill you have is a tremendous opportunity for Denverites.
Well, let's talk about the effort to build that housing. You're talking about 44,000 units over the next decade. Yes. You've set an ambitious goal of creating about 3,000 units of affordable housing in every year you've been in office, and said that that would be done by 2024, that we'd have 3,000 units. In a Reddit Ask Me Anything segment that you just did last week, though, you did say that the city's only created and financed about 1,600, so about half of what the goal was. Why is it taking so long to create this housing? Are regulations getting in the way, or what is it?
So 2 different goals. One is we do build new units. That's cut a ribbon, see a brand new building. That's the 1,600. We also have other ways to bring on affordable units. We will hit our target of 3,000 this year, we think, but a lot of that is through federal stimulus dollars that will run out this year. So those dollars will be gone. The other thing we can do, other than building new, is we can buy units that are out on the market. Units that aren't affordable now, we can buy and put a deed restriction on them that says if you live in this unit, you never pay more than 30% of your income to rent. And that means no new out-of-town investor can come and buy the building and jack up the rent. Your rent is stable as long as you stay. And so that is a strategy we can use and will use with these new dollars to make units affordable immediately. But yes, we're also looking at dramatically making it easier to build more efficiently. Right now, it can take a long time. It can be expensive to get through the permitting process in Denver. So we focused this year on cutting the permitting process. It's already 30% faster than it was a year ago. We'll keep making it faster and easier to use. And we have a special dedicated pipeline for affordable units that have a fast track to make sure they get up and build fast. Because people see a lot of units being built, but none of them feel like they're affordable to them. That's what we want to change.
All right. Denver Mayor Mike Johnston, thanks so much for joining us to talk about 2R this morning.
Thanks for having me.
We've heard from the opponents as well, and we want to let you know that you can find this full interview with both the mayor as well as the interview with the president of the Colorado Union of Taxpayers on our website, denver7.com, as you are continuing to make your final decisions over the next couple of days.